Hello and welcome to today's Insight Meditation. Today I'm going to be leading you through a meditation on just being still. And what I mean by that is being here in the present moment. I think that we often tend to keep ourselves busy. As humans, I think it is in our nature to be doers, and our lives tend to be very busy. We're always kind of thrown these different tasks that we feel like we need to be doing, whether we are at work or at home. A lot of clients that I work with who are cancer survivors or caregivers kind of feel this need to be doing something as well, and feeling maybe a sense of guilt for sitting down and just having to rest, which we know that a lot of cancer survivors have to do, especially if they're taking any sort of treatment, because treatment can be very difficult, very hard on the body, and oftentimes the body is sending you signals that you are fatigued and tired and that you need to rest the body. However, after days and days of what the body might need to rejuvenate, people often feel that sense of guilt that they're not up helping or contributing to the household, and caregivers feel like they always need to be doing, because they're trying to not only take care of their loved ones' needs, but then they're also trying to find time, if they take time, to focus on their own needs. And so oftentimes we don't take a moment to just rest and be in the present, acknowledging that our bodies might need to take this time out, and just allowing that to happen without those feelings of guilt and shame. So I hope today you can take a moment just to take out maybe 10-15 minutes to just allow yourself, give yourself permission to just be in this moment and do some self-care. So if you can go ahead, if you haven't already, and just find a quiet space, a space that's distraction free, so that we can go ahead and start our meditation for today. So I'll give you a few minutes just to relax and settle into this space. As usual, you have the option, whatever you're comfortable with. You can leave the eyes open and maybe just focus on a place where your eyes are turned down, focus down, or you can close the eyes, which is just kind of another layer of being able to shut out any sort of distraction in your space. So if you want to go ahead and close the eyes, or focus down at a point below you, and then you can either relax in a sitting position, or you may want to lie down. Wherever you are, just kind of maybe start to get the wiggles out. And as you begin to settle in, start to focus the attention from any distractions, external distractions, to the inward body. So begin to just turn the attention internal. Just noticing. Begin by noticing your comfort in the position that you are resting in. Begin to notice the breath. We're not judging the breath, just noticing it. Maybe noticing here at the beginning of today's meditation, if you check in throughout the body. Are there any areas of the body that are holding maybe a particular high amount of tension, maybe some aching? Just noticing that, recognizing what area of the body. And then begin to focus on deepening the breath. Breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Maybe trying to exhale longer than the inhale. So maybe you inhale for a count of 4. And then exhale for a count of 6. If that's too long for you, just do whatever feels comfortable. Doesn't have to be 4 and 6. Can be 4 and 5. Can be 3 and 5. Whatever, just to begin to invite in deeper breath. Notice with each exhale that the body feels a bit calmer, a bit more relaxed. Maybe you notice that the body is feeling a bit heavier. Remember throughout today's meditation that you can always come back to the breath if you notice that you are being distracted by any intrusive thoughts. Call the breath the anchor because it anchors us into the present moment. You can always also shift your attention and focus back on the sound of my voice to bring you back into the present moment if needed. In this moment, you're going to give yourself permission to do absolutely nothing. Give yourself permission to embrace this moment of stillness. This moment in which there is nothing at all that needs to be done other than staying here, relatively still, watching the breath. You can go ahead and let your breath return to your normal breathing pattern. As you watch the breath with an easy, relaxed, spacious mind, place a small amount of attention on what else the mind or body is feeling. Notice if you're feeling any discomfort in simply just being present and doing nothing. Notice if the mind would rather run off towards the future, a to-do list, or planning. Notice if your mind would rather be busy reviewing the past or thinking about other things. Each time you notice any of these things, just acknowledge the pull of the distraction. And then with loving patience and compassion, give your mind permission to let those things go. Give it permission to just be still. Help the mind settle, be at peace, be still, by guiding your attention towards awareness of your body and your breath. Simply being present in this moment with the breath. Being present in this moment with the body. Feel your full awareness shifting towards the breath and body as you let the mind rest. Allow the mind to feel spacious, open, and at ease. Allow your mind to drop into the joy, the bliss of no longer needing to do, the bliss of simply just being. This stillness, this not doing, includes no longer fighting against the movement of the mind, no longer fighting against rising thoughts, the have-tos or the shoulds. If any thoughts come up trying to distract you, acknowledge them and just allow them to simply be, to be what they are, intrusive thoughts. But we have a choice in deciding to ascribe a story to these thoughts, or to just acknowledge them for what they are, simply thoughts, not chasing them, not attaching to them. Just acknowledging them and then moving on. Allowing them to float past like clouds in the sky, like leaves in a stream, passing you by. These distractions will arise, but there's nothing to do. Simply notice, acknowledge, and release. You'll find yourself here in the spaciousness of presence with the body and with the breath. Feel the preciousness of this moment, the relative quiet, the stillness. Recognize the stillness, the beauty of the stillness with your whole body. The freedom in resting, the freedom in acknowledging and letting go. The freedom in clearing the mind of any unwanted distractions. And recognizing that you have the ability to control this, to acknowledge and let go. Give yourself permission to stay right here for as long as you'd like. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing more sacred or more worthy than this. Taking this time for yourself to focus on your well-being. Inviting in presence, pushing away distraction. Giving yourself permission to do nothing. Giving yourself permission to just be still. Remember that you can return to this space of relaxation, this place of rest and calm, stillness. At any point throughout your day or your week, it's wonderful throughout the day to check in with the body, inviting in this awareness. If you begin to experience tension in the body, tension in the mind, stress, you can close your eyes and practice being still. Now we're going to begin to reawaken the body. You can do this by beginning to consciously deepen the breath as we started out with. Breathing deeply in through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Next, we'll invite movement into the body by wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. Maybe stretch the neck by turning the head from left to right. Back to center, from side to side, back to center. Maybe you take a full body stretch or put the arms up over the head to take an upper body stretch. And next, begin to blink open the eyes, taking in your visual surroundings. And I want you to take a moment while you're still sitting in the same position or lying in the same position and just check back in with the body, noticing how the body feels now in comparison to how the body felt at the beginning of this exercise. And just reflect on this. What do you notice? Do you notice that you feel more relaxed? Do you feel more energized? Does the mind feel more calm, more peaceful? After you've reflected on this, again, remembering that you can come back to this feeling at any point just by simply taking a few moments to just be still and take care of yourself. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you here again next week.